Hi, today I'm doing a video of Roblox clothing design, shading, and wrinkles. It's a pretty basic tutorial, and I'm not saying I'm a crazy designer or anything, but this is just the basics of learning how to shade and designing. So I'm just going to do a basic t-shirt, and I'm just going to shamelessly plug my group real quick because why not? You can join if you want, you don't have to. But it would be nice, show some support. I've been clothing designing for a couple years, but I recently just started making my own group. So yeah, so I'm just going to start with the tutorial by picking a color. I'm just going to pick a blue color, but you can pick any color you want to. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'm just going to do a basic shirt. I'm just going to do an outline, make it cropped, and then I'm going to add some sleeves later too. So I'm going to add a new layer, and I'm going to make my pen be darker. I'm going to make the layer a clipping mask, and I'm going to select soft brush. You don't want your size to be too big, but you don't want it to be too small either. So what I'm doing is I'm just outlining the whole shirt and the creases of the shirt in the darker color, so it adds like shading of the sides of the shirt. And I'm also going to do the sleeves the same way. And don't be like me and forget to do the middle of the sleeves because I was kind of silly. So just make sure you do the middle of them too. I'm going to Gaussian blur this layer to 4%. And then after I do that, I'm going to make another layer by duplicating the layer. And I'm going to switch the blending mode to multiply. And I'm going to blend what am I saying? I'm going to Gaussian blur that layer some more. And I'm going to move it under the original layer and turn the opacity down. So for this next part, I'm going to use the smudge tool, and I'm going to use a soft airbrush pen. And I'm going to turn the opacity of the smudge tool down. Or maybe I didn't. I was supposed to, but I'm sorry if you can hear my cat. She's kind of aggravating. But I started with a bigger size brush first, and then I started using smaller size brushes to kind of give it more definition and add more detail. Sorry, this is kind of slow. I'm going to speed up the rest of the shirt, but I'm just going to do one section fully so you can see what I'm doing. So here I'm just doing the rest of the shirt, and for the middle of the shirt I did a assist, which I can go over that in a different video if need be. But I also added a darker line under the chest so that it gives more shape to the shirt. I added a new layer, and now I'm going to go and add lighter highlights anywhere that should be highlighted, and I put a square in all the squares. That made no sense. I put little squares in all like the sections of the shirt just to give it highlight. I'm going to move that under all of the shading layers. And I turn the opacity down, and I'm going to Gaussian blur that layer as well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another layer. And I'm going to start the wrinkles. So for this you want to use like a dark color like black or really dark navy blue or like a really dark version of whatever color you're using. And you're just going to put, not that big. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? I'm going to put little lines just like naturally with the shape of the shirt. I know that's kind of hard to imagine, but just like, you know. I just sped up the rest of it, but I used the assist on the middle part of the shirt again. This is a somewhat time-consuming process, but it gets easier and you start to do it faster as you start learning and redoing it. So what I'm doing here, oh my gosh, why did I speed that up so fast? Is I'm using the smudge tool to smudge out all the lines, and then I'm going back and defining those shapes and making them sharper by using a smaller smudge tool on the ends of all the shapes. Shapes? What am I saying? Lines. I'm so silly. I can't talk today. Great day to be doing a voiceover, right? So I Gaussian blurred that layer a little bit more, and I turned the opacity down a little bit. My opacity thing wasn't working, so I was kind of messing with it a little bit. And then I duplicated the layer, and then I switched it to, what am I doing right here? Anyways, I switched to a new layer, and I changed the color of that layer to white. And then what I basically did there is I added a new section, which made it to where that there were highlights as well. So, and then I'm going to move those right above the other wrinkles, I guess. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. Just ignore me. So now I'm going to do the neck hole. And I don't know what I was doing right here, but I literally messed up like 20 times doing the neck hole. So just ignore that. Like, what is going on here? I don't know. I'm having a day today, guys. Just bear with me. Yeah, neck hole was not working out for me. So I end this video with a showcase of what the shirt ended up looking like. I did add a texture, and I added a little design in the front. And I also made the shading a little bit darker, because shading, the darker it is, the more it shows up in Roblox. And what I'm showing here is my mannequin in Roblox Studio, and I can do a separate video on how to preview your clothes before you upload them. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So that was the shading tutorial, and I'm just going to shamelessly plug my group here again, but thanks for watching. Bye!